Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a thoughts on Canada video. Now, Canada is pretty interesting. I like Canada. I would honestly say it's better than New York, to be honest. Now, Canada is a country located north of New York. And it borders 13 states. Now, let me look up the 13 states that Canada borders. Let me see. And what's interesting about Canada is the nature. Canada has great nature. It has Mount Tremblant. Also has Montreal, which is pretty nice. Toronto, Vancouver. Has a lot of good stuff, actually. Now, I've been there 2 times. One in 2009 and second one 2019. And I must say, really nice country. Now, the 2 main languages in Canada is French and English. And the 2 main climate zones are humid continental and subarctic climate, with Central and South Canada having a humid continental climate and North Canada having a subarctic climate since it's near Alaska. And a lot of famous people were actually born in Canada. The guy who plays Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox, was born in Canada. Jim Carrey was born in Canada. And the list goes on, I guess. Now, let's see the 13 states that Canada borders. So 13 states that border Canada are Alaska, Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So those are the 13 states that border Canada. That's a lot of states. Also, Canada is colder than most of the US usually, especially during the winter, since all of it basically has, a cold climate, basically. But especially goes colder once you get more north in the country. Once you get to the parts near Alaska, then it's cold as shit, basically. But I'd say like South Canada has a more similar weather to New York usually. Well, North New York. Maybe Central New York too. Oh yeah, another thing. Canada does not have a Dunkin' Donuts. It instead has a thing called Tim Hortons, which is not in the US except for maybe the Northeast probably. I mean, let me see. US states that have Tim Hortons. It is kind of laggy. Yeah. Oh wait, Delaware, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, North Dakota, Idaho, Pennsylvania, Texas. West Virginia? That's a lot of locations. But the OG ones in OG Tim Hortons is in Canada, though. Keep in mind. Wait, owned by Wendy's? Wait, really? Let me see this. No, Wendy's owned it from 1995 to 2006. Interesting. What's another cool thing about Canada? Oh yeah, the maple leaf. Its origins is in Canada. It's pretty cool. What else? I don't know. It's a pretty cool country. I'm just not gonna lie. It's usually located north of the Northeast. Usually, the only state that's north of Canada would be Alaska, technically. And honestly, I think Alaska might be the only state that's colder than Canada. To be honest, I think every other state might be warmer than Canada. So that means Canada is warmer than 99% of U.S. states then. No, not warmer. What the frick am I talking about? I meant to say Canada is colder than 99% of U.S. states. Silly me. Here we go. Oh wait, did I say Michigan? Borders Michigan? Let me see. I'm gonna reread the list. Okay, so the 13 states were Alaska, Washington, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So mainly northern states, basically. It's also one of the biggest countries in the world. Well, besides Russia, of course. I think Russia might have it beat on size, to be honest. But Canada is pretty damn big. And it's split into how many provinces? Let me see. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. Now the provinces are Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec. That's where Montreal is, by the way. Saskatchewan. And territories are Northwest Territories, Nunavut, and Yukon. Damn, that's a lot. How many states are in Canada? Funny. But yeah, Canada is really interesting. I recommend it. Also, in the winter, you can go skiing in the mountains in Canada, which is pretty nice. I mean, you can also do that in the cold U.S. states, I guess. But it is recommended, I guess. Oh yeah, I recommend Mount Tremblant and Montreal. Those are really nice areas. And overall, I would say Canada's pretty good, honestly. Definitely better than New York and New Jersey, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, it's also one of the... I would say, yeah, it's one of the most popular countries in the world, actually. I mean, yeah, it is north of the United States, but it can also be south of the United States if you count Alaska. So it's kind of both, I'd say. Wait, you changed many times? Interesting. But yeah, my thoughts on Canada. I think it's a good country. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I like Canada. Let me know your opinions on Canada. If you've been there, if you've not been there, what you think about the nature, what it looks like, how cool, or if you don't like it even. Anyways, peace.